Now the true test is, are the previously on flashbacks still in the game at all? Like, will it play when I hit the continue button, or have they just been removed entirely? Okay, removed entirely. I'm fine with that, I guess.
I feel like this mountain gets bigger every time I climb it.
Oh yeah? It feels the same to me.
I kind of wish they kept them in, because while they were totally unnecessary for when you're just playing the chapters back to back to back, they can be beneficial for those who, like, maybe if you pick up the game after a few months of not playing, to get a brief refresher on the story. I think it can be beneficial, but I'm not too heartbroken that it's...
Come on, you grew up here. It probably
gone.
feels like it's shrinking.
I guess that's true.
When are you gonna install some cell towers up here? I'm getting withdrawals already.
You got a spare million lying around, and I'll fix you right up.
Funny you should say that. I think I left it in my other jacket.
Oops. Hey guys, get up here okay?
Yeah. Well, more or less, but it's so good to see you.
What's up with him?
Yo, yo, yo. We get things moving up here or what?
Yeah, man.
Gossip.
So Matt and Emily are a thing now, right?
Yeah, so it seems.
I mean, what's Mike think of that?
I have a feeling Mike's already got his hands full, you know what I mean?
Huh.
Damn it. This freaking thing.
Is it iced?
What else?
Maybe there's another way in.
There are a million ways in, they're just all locked.
There's gotta be like a window around the corner we can get open or something.
Wait a second, are you saying we should break in?
I don't think it's technically breaking in if you own the place, right?
Hey, not if I don't report you. Lead the way, coachies.
It sounds like a good idea to, like, check in on him, see if he's doing alright. But, oftentimes...
Hi, Chris.
The thing about it is that it's like, in these types of situations, keep in mind, I know how the whole story unfolds, so there are other reasons why I don't feel too compelled to check in and see if he's doing alright. But even with the information, like, as if, operating as if I were in this situation with the information that these characters have access to, the whole idea of it is that we're supposed to come up here, a bunch of friends getting back together again to, in memory of my sisters, just have some fun, and that's the whole idea, so I don't want to bring down the mood by being like, hey, you doing alright, man? Because while it does show you care, it's also like, yeah, but does he really want to be thinking about that? I mean, this is the fact that we're all up here is enough of a reminder of what happened, and in theory, the fact that we're all up here should be enough of an indicator that we care enough about you and about what happened to be here for you, so I don't feel the need to rub it in. Anyway, unsettled.
You doing alright?
Yeah. Aside from being kind of cold and vaguely creeped out by this place.
It's kind of weird being back up here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best to not keep going on about this, but, like, do we really need the strings in that section going dun 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 dun? Like, you don't... Not every scene needs music. You're allowed to just allow us to sit in a moment. We don't have to shove music down the player's throat every single time. Anyway, hey, buddy.
Matt! Been a while. Rough season, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Don't be nosy.
Hey, you okay, man?
Some people, you know? You think you know them.
Okay.
Yeah. About as insightful of a conversation as one could expect to have from a character like Matt. Okay, that is not, no.
So, see an ash yet?
I was pushing right on the controller and he was moving to the left. Great.
Yeah.
Cool. How's she doing?
She's fine. Why?
No reason.
I saw that game. You think you're sneaky, but I saw that. her skirt was clipping through the damn fence there. You thought you were sneaky. You thought you could hide that. You thought you could hide that clothing clipping through the fence in this $60 remake that runs at 30 FPS. But you couldn't. Anyway, I'm pretty sure there's ordinarily a totem around here, but I think it's become clear by this point that, like, all the totems have, or at least, if not all, then the only two totems that we...
She was looking pretty hot today, right?
The only two
She's like a
totems that we could have found by now
you know?
were in different
I just wanna
locations
rip
than they
that
were in the
right
original
off
game.
of her and make some snow angels, right?
So, I have a feeling that the places where I originally think to look for them, they're not going to be the same as they are here. Anyway.
Hey, cut it out, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna bang her, maybe Michael take up the case.
Wait, will you back off already?
Relax. Just checking to see if there's some blood flowing down there.
Yeah.
Listen, dude, look around you. Look at these beautiful mountains. Do you see any parents? I mean, can you imagine a more perfect, ripe scenario just dripping with erotic possibilities? You and Ashley alone at last. You've laid all the groundwork. You've been a perfect gentleman. Now, you come in for the kill.
I don't know, man.
How can you not know?
What if it's like weird? What if she might not like want to be friends with me anymore if I try something like that?
I mean, weren't you just listening? You gotta buck up, bro. Grow a pair.
I do like that the game spends
So,
this...
how are we planning on breaking into my parents'
This is
lives?
the problem with playing story-driven games, is I never get a chance to say anything without blabbering over the dialogue.
Plan. You better deliver, Cochise, or else you got 4 lovely ladies who are gonna be freezing their buns off. And last time I checked, that's not a good way to get laid.
Oh shoot, nobody likes cool buns.
I like that they spend the early portions of this game really hammering home how well Chris and Josh get along together. How well they bounce off each other, but also showing that when Josh goes too far
Damn, I'm getting
with
pretty
his
confused
his
here.
comments
I
about
should turn off my GPS.
Ashley.
I'm finally like outside where I might actually use it.
Can you cool it on the phone talk?
What? Why?
It's pretty much all you talk about.
Well, you know, I mean, I could do all this stuff and...
Well, you got an app that can get us into the lodge?
Nope.
Got an app that can get you laid?
Well, actually,
Dude,
there's this...
you don't. The answer is that you don't.
I really like the banter they have, and again I like that Chris is able to put Josh in his place and like push and actually stand up and push back against him when he goes too far with his comments about Ashley. Anyway, clue. At least the clues are all in the same locations. It's just the totems that it seems like it's going to be a bit of an extra hike to try to find where some of them have run off to.
Well, we got ourselves a thinker. Nice one.
Oh, I'm okay. Should have paid more attention in climbing class.
You mean Jim?
Yeah, you know, with the climbing up the rope.
Whoa.
Ignoring how jank Chris's animation there was of sitting up.
I don't think so. Here, use this.
It's not like this scene, especially with Chris and Josh reminiscing on old times together, their time in gym class,
Chris, I just got an awesome
and this
idea.
right here.
Yeah?
Totally.
What is it?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I've got some deodorant in one of the bathrooms. You could use that with the lighter.
I don't follow. How's a stick of deodorant gonna help?
Spray on, it's a can.
Oh, yeah. Now I gotcha.
Flamethrower.
Just like we did with the little army dudes.
Yep, ones we melted. Just point the spray can in the lighter and whoosh.
Bye-bye frozen lock.
Bingo. All right, so you got this. I'm gonna go sort something out. You up for hunting around in the dark for a little bit?
Nope, but I'll do it.
Godspeed, Pilgrim.
Little things like that, like obvious inside jokes that mean nothing to us, but clearly mean something to the two of them. Those are little details that I really appreciate. Especially since the game opened with the two of them passed out drunk together. So even from the first second that you were able to play this game, it was quite clear that they were already very close from the outset. Now then. Aha. Give me totem. Oh, right, I gotta find the crack. Oh, this is so dumb. This is just the stupidest. Just, there's no... this is just tedious. Typically, you don't scream after you burn alive, and you're dead. That's usually you don't. Usually, that's not quite how that goes down. I think there's a newspaper in here or something. Oh no, a newspaper fragment. Sorry. Ex-janitor
What have we here?
convicted for arson swears revenge on movie mogul's family. Victor Milgram, 52, was yesterday sentenced to 16 years in prison for aggravated arson committed on Blackwood Pines. Milgram was employed as a janitor of the Mountains Old Hotel for 28 years. However, when Hollywood producer Bob Washington acquired the property, Milgram was fired. In a sensational twist, the sentencing ended with an enraged Milgram screaming obscenities at Washington's heavily pregnant wife, Melinda. Calling her a whore, he vowed to get all of you, your husband and kids, and said that he would make them suffer. Melinda had visibly struggled to maintain her composure throughout the case and later claimed that she thought she was that though she was upset by Milgram's threats, she had full faith in the legal system to keep her and her family safe. That's where you went wrong. That was your first grave mistake. Was placing faith in the system. You want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Alright, let's go on a quest for deodorant.
Huh. That's cool.
Family portrait. Okay, I think there's something else that I might have missed in the storage room. And yeah, this is just I'm getting really sick of this exact type of camera.
Huh?
Third person over the shoulder. I just call it the Life is Strange camera because that's what this is. It's just over the shoulder, third person. So many goddamn games have adopted this, and I'm so sick of seeing it. There's nothing wrong with standard third person where you just walk around where the camera isn't fixated behind you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It was perfectly fine in the original game. But I guess you gotta bring it up to speed with all the other Sony IPs. Alright, I think there's a prom night photo in here on one of these. Up here, nope, that's a TV. Oh, actually, isn't it on one of the tables over here or something? Right here? Aha, there it is. So, Mike took Emily, because, of course, this is at a time when Hannah was alive, Mike and Emily were a thing, and we recall Jess was just looking out for her girl M. But Hannah and Sam went together, because that's just how much this is a clue that's meant to demonstrate how closely connected Sam was to the... Also, what? Why is... I'm not walking. I'm standing perfectly still. Why are there footsteps playing? Whatever. Anyway, because obviously, Hannah's crush going to the prom with Emily would be a pretty big blow to her self-esteem at that point. So Sam took it upon herself to yeah, I brought some ham with me as my date to the prom. Take Hannah to the prom, just so she has someone to go with, and that's... I really like that. There's a lot of... That's one of the really cool details or things about Until Dawn that's amazing is just the amount of world building that is poured into all the background details that you can find. You don't need to find any of this stuff to understand the story, but if you do, and if you go out of your way to track this stuff down, then it just makes it that much better, I'd say. That you have all these little details showing how closely connected Sam was, and then there's a lot more of that as the game goes on, showing her connection to the twins, her connection to Josh, how she grew closer to Josh in the aftermath of Hannah and Beth's death, or what they believe to be Hannah and Beth's death. It's really cool. And I'm going, but again, wait, I just went backwards, didn't I? I just went backwards. Sure, wait, did I? Wait, where am I going? Am I going backwards? I'm getting turned around. I hate this camera angle. The camera, like, okay. in the original game, camera angles, they weren't always fixated around the player. They allowed you to get a... They were a little more distant. They pulled back. They gave you a wider view of the scenes that you were exploring, so you could admire more than just the limited perspective your character has. You could really soak in the atmosphere. But because it's over the shoulder now, that's kind of out the window. Aha!
One new message.
Okay.
New message.
Hi, Mrs. Washington. This is Sergeant Tate again. It's bad news, I'm afraid. Yeah, we've been through the case files, and there's nothing we can do. He's a free man. We don't have the legal power to restrict his movement. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, so call me if you want to know more.
End of messages.
I love how it's just so obviously Josh, just putting on a terrible voice. But I mean, you don't think about it. You have no reason to suspect it in the moment. Much like a lot of things in this game that just you don't think too much of when they first happen, but then when more gets revealed, you look back and you're like, ah, I see what you were doing there. It's pretty clever. Pretty clever, if I do say so myself. Alright, so the deodorant we're looking for is downstairs. Or, sorry, upstairs, I mean. But before we go up there, I want to take a second to browse around a little bit more. Find some more clues. Because a lot of the story does come through these clues. And I would like to take the time to highlight them. Josh with his lovely sisters, Hannah and Beth. Looking great, guys. And not all of them. Like, obviously that isn't, like, a super pivotal clue or anything. It doesn't give you that much new information. It's just Josh with his sisters at the beach. But a lot of them do inform the world, inform the story. And especially once you get to the end of the game. And then you can really look back over all the clues and see what they've been setting up the whole time. In fact, the next thing I want to show you is also pretty damn important. And I think it might be the most important thing that we found so far. Like, of all the clues that I've shown off here, I believe that is gonna be the most important one. I think that's the bathroom, so I don't want to go in there just yet. I do not want to go in there until what have we here? Oh, a totem that moved. By chance, is this the totem from earlier that I thought was going to be outside, but wasn't? I have a feeling it might be. This is such a stupid, pointless minigame. Just show me the goddamn thing. Show me the vision. There's no reason, there is absolutely no reason to do this. I think, because the totem from earlier I was looking for was a guidance totem. I think that was what I was looking for. They just moved it up here for some reason. Which, by the way, I don't want to frame that as if it's a criticism. It is, I kind of appreciate, actually, that they moved some of the things around, because it does give returning players an incentive to explore more. Like, it's not just autopilot going back to all the places that you expect the things to be. I like that. I'm fine with the idea that some, possibly even all, the totems have moved around. I'm not fine with this camera angle, though. It's making it much more annoying to explore. Alright, is that our trophy? That's our trophy. It's tiny, but it is here. If it would... Winner, Best Horror Film 2009, director Bob Washington, Blood Monastery. So Josh's dad is a horror film director, an award-winning horror film director. Peculiar. How strange. Wonder what that might have to do with anything. No, I don't actually. I know exactly what it has to do with everything, and it's both logically and emotionally, it's perfect for Josh's character that his father is a horror movie director, because it gives him, one, it gives him the logical justification for why he would be able to pull off all the crazy practical effects that he does in the upcoming Psycho game he's about to play.
Shut the fuck? Perfect.
And then emotionally, Josh has always been a character very, very heavily motivated by his family and his attachment to his family. So I like the idea that he does all the stunts, he pulls all the stunts that he does as a means to stay connected to his father.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Just because of a line he has a little bit later on. That really reinforces that idea.
Freaked me out.
What was it? Are you okay?
It was like a bear or a tiger or something.
Oh, it was just a cute little baby Wolverine.
Baby.
Don't worry, buddy. You're gonna be a big boy soon.
It sounds like the fucking opening of Ida's Requiem. The what game are we playing? Can I just like clip the strings of all the orchestra's instruments?
I'll get a fire going.
This place barely looks any different.
Yeah, nobody's been up here.
Even with all the police coming in and out?
Not a lot of action up here lately.
Nope. What's up, party people?
Hi.
Hey! Make yourself at home, bro.
Will do.
Yeah, come on in. Take a load off. Have whatever you want. You just take whatever you want anyway, right?
Whoa. Easy there, cowboy.
Okay, so I know I said I wanted to make Matt an asshole, but I think from what I remember, it might actually be like important for the characters that we don't make him an asshole. So we'll keep things as somewhat cordial.
With M out on the trail.
What?
I saw you and M with the telescope.
Before? We just ran into each other. It's been a while, so we hugged and I said hello. Is that against the law?
Which, like, by the way, so it's twofold. On one hand, yeah, it is kind of an overreaction to be like, oh my god, your girlfriend hugged another man? The horror, can you imagine? So it's like, the actual act itself is not offensive. On the other hand, she did lie to you about what she was doing. And he's like, I haven't seen you in a while. But that's not true, because you did just see her. Like 5 seconds before you did that. So it's like there's more nuance to this. I think Matt would be justified in not trusting, in being more suspicious of the situation. Not because, again, the act itself is inoffensive. It's everything surrounding, it's Emily lying to Matt, and then it's Mike continuing to lie here, being like, hey man, we haven't seen each other in a while. Even though we literally just saw each other and we didn't hug at all right there. In fact, we deliberately waited until you were away until we engaged in any kind of affectionate behavior. It's totally cool. But I think we need to keep things cordial. I mean, not that it's not gonna fucking explode in a few minutes anyway. We're about to get to one of the most infamously memed on scenes in the entire game, so we'll apologize.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, it's been kind of a long day. I overreacted.
Nah, man. Don't worry about it.
We cool?
Yeah, totally.
What is this beat in the background? What do you think the tone of this scene is? I keep going on about the soundtrack, but it's so bad. It's so bad. Shut up. We don't need it.
Oh my god, that is so gross. Are you trying to swallow his face whole? I mean, seriously, can she be any more obvious? No one wants in on your territory, honey.
Excuse me? Did you say something?
Oh, did you not hear me? Was your sluttiness too loud?
Sounds like someone's bitter she didn't make the cut.
Yeah, it's all a big cattle call with that dreamboat. Congrats, you're top cow.
Cuts real deep calling Miss Homecoming a cow.
Okay. I think we need, because of what happens later in the game when Matt and Emily are on their own and things get a bit more serious, we need to keep their relationship strong. So I think we need to we need to put Jess, we need to provoke. Well, I don't like the way it's framed as like provoke means taking Emily's side, whereas diffuse means taking Jess's side. But yeah, I guess we'll provoke.
Hey, you're making everyone uncomfortable, Jess.
Jealous much?
Emily too frigid for you too.
Hey, that's uncalled. Look,
Whatever. I don't give a crap what you think.
At least I can think. 4.0, bitch. On a roll. Suck on that when you're trying to sleep your way into a job.
Who needs grades when you've got all the natural advantages you can handle?
Oh, please.
You couldn't buy a moldy loaf of bread with your skanky ass.
Are you serious? Do you think that's insulting?
That bitch is on crack or something.
Continue to provoke.
Jessica, you need to shut your mouth, okay?
No. You're the one who needs to keep your nose out of other people's business.
I'm about to get right up in your business, you bitch.
Are we about to get real? Because I am down to get real.
Stop it! This is not why we came up here. This is
What we
not
really need is the option that says, both of you idiots shut up.
We can't
Like
get
what
along
Josh
for
is
10
doing right
minutes,
now.
and maybe we need a little bit of a break, right? Mike, why don't you check out the guest cabin, the one I told you about?
Yeah, all right. Wanna go do that?
Any place without that whore.
It's right up the trail.
I saw that. As they were walking away, their animation of their, like,
Well, that's over.
they jittered a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Josh, should we get this fire going?
Where's my bag?
Huh?
My bag, the little bag with the pink pattern, the one I got on Rodeo. Matt, are you listening? Oh my God, don't you remember next to the Italian shoe place where I got the stilettos and you knocked over the rack while you were drooling all over that girl at the counter?
Well, I mean, she was asking about my letter jacket.
Right, because she gave a shit about your designer letter jacket.
Why do you hate my jacket?
Matt, I need my bag.
Oh my God, Em, maybe you just forgot it.
Do you seriously?
And
think
the
I
other
need my
thing
bag?
too is that, like, Emily just sucks. She's just the worst. She's so bad. But
Come on,
she's
come on.
also really well written.
Back soon.
That's the thing. She's like, she's a bitch,
We can get.
but she's a really entertaining bitch, and she offers, like, 90% of the comic relief in this game comes exclusively from her. Because it is a very serious game. It's a very, very,
Okay, I'm gonna go take a bath.
and then Sam's story arc for like half this game is just taking a goddamn bath, despite ostensibly being the quote unquote protagonist. If you had to ascribe that title to someone,
Exiled.
Sexile.
but yeah, despite being a very dark and serious game, they do balance the tone pretty well. But it's a lot of it comes from Emily.
This cabin anyway.
This cabin is the coziest, most romantic love den you will ever lay your eyes upon.
If we ever make it.
I have a feeling luck's on our side.
Play your cards right and maybe you will get lucky.
Hey, porn stars! You're gonna need these.
Porn star?
I paid to see you.
Gross.
Hey, I'm sorry to kick you out like that.
No worries, man.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find a way to entertain yourselves.
Mm-hmm. You have fun with the peanut gallery.
Oh, I almost forgot. Gotta fire up the generator so you can see where you're going. It's dark out there.
All right. Roger that.
I think Josh was flirting with me.
Okay. You want to invite him up with us?
Wait, really?
What? No.
So a lot to unpack there. Also, hold on a minute. I don't think we started from this position in the original. Yeah, I had a feeling. I had a feeling they were gonna pull some sneaky shit and move the totem up here. They wouldn't have let me explore this part if they weren't gonna move the totem. Now I get to do my favorite minigame. Wait till the screen goes dark. And then, yeah. Oh my god, the moose, or the deer or whatever. That, we'll get to it. That whole scene where Matt continues to be a shit and just useless. Anyway, a lot to unpack there. Oh my god, she followed me up here, and then her pathfinding did thing. She looked like she was trying to walk into the corner there. So it's really funny how Emily is like the catalyst for almost all of this. Because the whole game got into motion in the first place because of the prank that was pulled on Hannah, which, like, it was...
Hey, Hot Lips. Photo booth?
All right. Read my mind.
Jessica may have been the one to orchestrate it, but it was her relationship with Mike that led to it all unfolding in the first place. And then, after that, we had the whole... Okay, can you stop being idiots for a second so I can actually... Jesus, neither of you are very photogenic, are you? What the?
Oh my god. This is perfect. We're like the cutest couple.
Did you see your face?
You should be a model.
I mean, obviously you didn't, but like I did, and
I'll let you start my portfolio at the cabin.
Wink. Noted.
and then even after the whole prank thing, right now, this spoiler alert, this whole thing we're doing right now, where Mike and Jessica get split up and go run off to the sex cabin or whatever, that is like the moment where everything starts to go wrong. Is the group splitting apart like this. So
I got a few things in mind.
a lot of this game happens because of Emily's actions. She's like the catalyst for most of this. And then the other thing there is all about Josh, because like while Emily is the one who kicks off this incident, Josh is the one who ultimately makes the call to split the group up.
Emily's as dumb as she looks if she thinks she can cut in on what we got going on. Maybe if we're lucky, she'll try and follow us out here and get eaten by a bear.
You know, let's be a little contentious. Let's ease up on Em.
Yeah, she's a handful. But maybe ease up on her. She's still kind of torn up from being dumb.
I think Jessica's head just jittered
Not
again.
my problem, Mike, and not yours either.
Which, like, by the way, so what Mike said is completely or what we told Mike to say is completely reasonable. Like, yeah, she's a bit much, but maybe this is hard for her with the breakups. Like, you can still show compassion for someone without wanting to be romantically involved with them. Leave Emily. Well, see, like, I don't know. It's not like leave Emily alone. Like, if she confronts you and she starts shit, then, like, you're allowed to hold your own. It's just, like, maybe don't, you just try to ease things up a little bit. But I don't want to go the opposite direction, which is just, yeah, screw Emily. Let's defend, yeah.
No, I mean, of course not. I'm just saying it's not worth kicking her when she's down.
Yeah, see, that's the more reasonable version of what that option said.
With you. You see what I did there? I did that for you.
Yeah, okay. But she better stay down is all I'm saying.
See? Okay, look, we reached it. Yeah, her hair. Look, watch these characters closely. It's like blink and you miss it, but every time we cut to a new shot, it's like the characters are resetting their animation or the physics of their hair. Maybe because it's switching to cutscene model or cutscene animation cycles to gameplay movement animation cycles or something like that. But it's really distracting. It's really, really distracting. And I promise it's not, I'll take my word for it, it's not just because I'm like actively looking for things to dunk on, because trust me, I clearly don't need to look that hard. It's just jumping right out at me. It's hard to ignore. Anyway, can we please have more of this? More of this. Look at this, a normal video game camera. It's in a fixed position, and I can move the character around a full 360 degrees without the camera freaking out. Look at this. Oh, look at this. I can make him turn the other direction. Oh, and you had to fucking ruin it, didn't you? You had to ruin it, didn't you? We had something good going there for a minute, and then you had to just immediately, you just had to blow it. You just had to blow it. Okay, can you move, please? Oh well, it's fine. So I think there's something to be said for Josh's comments about how, he would pay to watch Mike and Jess get it on, as it were.
Nice one, Mikey.
And we also had earlier comments from Josh that seemed to indicate that he holds Mike in pretty high regard.
You are a wizard.
You can almost say he, like, idolizes him to a certain extent. Like, with how he's, like, coaching, he's coaching Chris to try to make a move on Ashley because he's afraid that Mike might make a move first. He said, he referred to Mike and Jess as porn stars, and then at in the opening montage, he says, let's party like porn stars. It's because Josh is like, he's started to really idolize idolize Mike in the wake of Hannah and Beth's deaths, because Hannah idolized Mike to a possibly unhealthy degree.
I bring the
She obviously idolized Mike quite a bit because she had a massive crush on him. And so it's kind of like Josh has absorbed the feeling, absorbed Hannah's feelings for Mike himself, which could be, you could argue that's why he's like, hey, I'd pay to see you guys get it on, because he's absorbed those feelings. So he centers his personal ideals and beliefs around that of Mike's, because he views him as a super awesome porn star kind of thing. That's his perception of him. So it's really the characterization. The one thing that like really sells this. I mean, there's a lot of things that really sell this game, but this game wouldn't work anywhere near as well as it does if it weren't for the cast of characters.
Hannah and Beth.
I think they'd clean it up.
Well, they never closed the investigation.
Okay, I'm getting the creeps now.
Respectful, I hope they're at peace. Ask, what do you remember? Let's ask.
It's all such a blur. I can barely even remember what happened.
Well, what I remember is that we played a stupid, half-baked prank that probably got Hannah and Beth killed.
Hey, I mean, it's not our fault they ran into the woods.
That's true, but it's also true that you were all being a bunch of pieces of shit. It's like, it is simultaneously true that it was completely irrational to, like, run off into the fucking wilderness on the mountain in the middle of the night. But also, you were kind of being assholes for absolutely no reason. And, like, obviously you couldn't have known that pulling that prank was going to lead to what it led to, but it is hard to not feel some sense of responsibility.
You hear that?
I heard something. Yeah. Damn.
I'm gonna try not to point out every time it happens, but like when Jessica was climbing up those steps, did you see her stutter there for a second?
Am I going back to the lodge, aka Wax Museum, to drink hot chocolate with Emily? You know what? Fuck it. We're adventurous. We will find another way around.
It's all okay. Here's the other annoying thing. So like the way this, oh well, I wanted to show off something about the mechanics there, but I guess I'll have to wait for another until we drop down there.
Yep. Hey. Okay.
Holy crap, you scared the heck out of me.
How do you think I felt?
You didn't hit your head or anything.
As far as I can tell, I still have all 7 of my limbs.
Yeah. Can you get out?
I don't know. I can hardly see anything down here.
All right, coming after you. Just stay put.
Oh, they took out the music sting.
Hey, handsome. Wanna help me move this cart thing?
They took out the. There was supposed to be a music sting that plays there when the guy appears behind him.
All right, coming after you. Just stay put.
Why they took that out? That's weird. I don't understand the changes they're making for this.
When I imagined us grunting together, this is not what I pictured.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to show. So the way that this game's camera works is that the flashlight moves in sync with the right stick, which is how it works in the original game. But because of this game's camera, the camera will always follow the flashlight, whereas in the original game, you could keep the camera fixated without... You can move the flashlight and camera independently of each other, like the flashlight would move around, so you didn't have to always be looking where the flashlight was. But just it's an unfortunate side effect of how they've chosen to present the camera in this game. It's quite sad.
Oh, holy crap! Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, Nelly. This place is giving me the willies. And not the good kind of willies.
Gonna offer you a little comfort and reassurance?
Let's save it for the cabin buster.
This one I'm pretty sure is in the exact same place as it was in the original game. But first, let's really explore the space. Explore every suspicious looking nook and cranny with this stupid fucking totem. I love that that's presented as a fortune totem, because it is a fortune totem. Technically speaking, it is technically fortunate if the game if things unfold that way and that happens to Jess. That is technically fortunate, but it just seems it's so funny without having the full context of the situation for them to be like, hey look, Jess has been stripped almost naked and she's bleeding all over her body and she's been left in the middle of an abandoned mine somewhere. Good fortune totem! I think is there clues in here? This is like... I thought there were clues in here, aren't there? There's a cigar stub here. And then, isn't there other stuff that we can find here in this little... Yeah, right up here. Mystical symbol.
This place is like... historical.
Holy bat cave.
He's gotta be Native American, right?
I don't think the miners were getting their arts and crafts on, no.
No, it's like... You alright?
Yeah. Close one.
I don't think this place is up to code.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's time to go.
We already went down that way. Want to make sure I don't miss anything. Especially since a lot of... Well, actually, I guess not as much moved. I think at this point we might have found more totems in similar... or in identical or at least similar locations than we have found ones that have... that were changed. Also, there's supposed to be a map in the mines. I don't know if I've missed it yet or not.
Finally.
Oh, I think I might have missed it. Or maybe not? This is the exit, isn't it? Yeah, it's the exit. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a map in the mine somewhere. I don't want to miss that. I definitely don't want to miss the map of the mines. So we'll leave Jessica out there in the cold for a bit. Don't want to leave the mines until I grab that. Oh, okay, she came back. Good. Where is it? Ah, it's right here. I walked right past it.
Jesus. This place is a real fixer-upper.
Now we can leave. Now we can head on out. And continue our journey to the other cabin in the woods. Because as we all know, splitting up in horror games always ends really well for everyone. I'm not really going for 100%. Because I don't care enough to get... I have the platinum for the original game, but I don't care enough to... at the rate we're going, I don't care enough, or at least I don't think I'm gonna care enough to play this game more than once to platinum the remake.
When Josh said cabin, I felt like Abe Lincoln.
Wait till you see the Lincoln bedroom.
Oh, are you planning on getting presidential on me?
Take a ride on Air Force One?
All right. Save it for the stump speech, buddy. Ooh, a telescope.
Those are binoculars.
Trees, gonna look at the clouds, gonna look at the cabin.
But then again, that is consistent for Jess.
Whoa.
You alright?
I just saw someone at the cabin.
Okay. Let me see.
Cheap jump scare in 3, 2, 1.
Sampling the old eggnog again, babe? It's just us up here.
Maybe.
That's always been really weird. That like they so very clearly saw the Wendigo, even if they don't recognize that it's the Wendigo. They clearly saw something, and just neither of them react to it at all. It's like they didn't see anything. It's very strange. They did that. They pulled that same trick earlier when Ashley was observing Matt and Mike and Emily doing their thing. But they actually showed Ashley react to Matt's jump scare. Whereas they did not do the same thing here. Again, that's not on the remake. That's the original game did that too, and it's always, again, there's just these strange moments in the game.
Watch out, bird brain.
It's just answering his mating call.
Wow, you're easy.
Yeah, got a lot of love to give. Scared.
Now, that being said, I should say, while it is very strange that Mike and Jess, or at least specifically Mike, here's the totem. Was it here? I'm not, see, now the game's gaslighting me into what, like, whether these were where the totems were originally and I'm just remembering wrong, or if they moved them. I could have sworn the totem in the original game was closer to the entrance of the mine than this. But, I don't know, maybe it wasn't. Well, whatever the case, that was the totem I was looking for. We found it, but I want to make it clear. While it is very strange that Mike specifically doesn't react to the Wendigo because he's the one who actually was like he saw. There's no way he didn't see it, or at least again, even if he didn't see what it was, he should have at least seen something and reacted to it. However, it is completely logical that the Wendigo doesn't do anything, even though the Wendigo must be nearby for him to have popped up that close to the lens like that. It does make sense that the Wendigo wouldn't have attacked, because as you may remember from the first episode, I mentioned that the Wendigo is Hannah, just Hannah reborn after her metamorphosis in the cave. And because Hannah has a crush on Mike, the Wendigo will never ever attack Mike. Under any circumstances. Which is why, right there, even though the Wendigo was right next to Mike, it never attacked him. He's completely safe.
That's how it's gonna be. Jess? Jess?
What?
You wanna help me get this fire going?
Well, I was just getting into the bath.
Oh, do you need any help with that?
Hardy har. Come on. All right, Josh, let's see if you know how to hook up the hot water in your big fancy lodge.
Okay. And it's nice. I mentioned earlier that Josh bonded a lot more closely with, like, he got super close with Sam after Hannah and I almost said Hannah and Baker. Wow. That is terrible. After Hannah and Beth passed away, which is like that's part of what that prom photo was helping to show, that Sam was already really close with the Washington family. Because Sam already had that level of a connection with them, it makes sense that she would be the shoulder that Josh leans on the most, as like a shoulder to cry on kind of thing. I think this is the part of the game where I can find some of this, because there's some other stuff related to Hannah that I want to explore, that I want to find, that really inform her personality. Is this Hannah's room? This is Hannah's room. You know how I can tell? Because the butterflies on the wall up there, which is really ties into the overall, because this game is all about the butterfly effect, right? The idea that you make one small seemingly insignificant decision, one action that has massive ripple effects elsewhere that you could never have possibly foreseen. And that's kind of what they're going for with I could have sworn I just saw Sam's head glitch out there for a second, with the idea of giving Hannah that butterfly tattoo. Because, well, because of course I mentioned in the previous episode that it of course ties into the idea of her being a literal butterfly, and that she cocoons in the mind, transforms, and then becomes a revenge-seeking Wendigo. But also, she let me see if I can find it first. Before I continue that thought about the butterflies, I want to find, there's things in this room that are going to inform the next part of what I want to say.
Gee, Hannah. Crush much?
I mean, yeah, she was borderline obsessive about this man. Ooh. Is that a totem? Or is that, I don't remember there being any totems in Hannah's room, but it is a remake, so you never know. Nope, it's just, wait, what's this?
Hello, could this be any more about Mike?
Ah, yes, the compatibility test. Uh-oh, mostly C's, this is not going to work. He's like a crazy, reckless hunk of man and you're staying at home working on your embroidery and practicing G minor on the piano. Give up on it. Or do something like really wild. Run away from home. Or get a tattoo or something. Anything to attract his precious attention. I mean, it's for love, right? So just do it. That's what I wanted to find. She got the idea because she was just so dangerously obsessed with Mike that she was willing to do anything to try to get his attention, like get a tattoo. So that's the whole. She got the butterfly tattoo to get Mike's attention, and her desire to try to get Mike's attention, that crush on Mike, was what was like the crux of what allowed the prank to work on her. So the idea of a game all about the butterfly effect being set in motion because of, maybe not explicitly because of a butterfly tattoo, but because of a set of circumstances that resulted in that butterfly tattoo, that's just, I don't know, that's really clever. I really like that. And it also mentions here that she, that this stupid compatibility test thing suggested that Hannah run away from home. Which, what does she do after the prank goes awry? She runs away from home, possibly in another attempt to get Mike's attention. It's like, it's all this stuff, all these little clues that seem insignificant. They all build up to a much bigger picture that makes the whole story seem so cohesive. It's so well made. I love it. And they're really kind of cheapening it with the fucking strings in the background and all the other stuff that they've changed for no goddamn reason. I will say, in fairness, today's been much better than yesterday. Yesterday was horrible. Yesterday was utterly miserable to play. That was terrible. Today's been much better. They've carried over a lot of the same. It's a lot of just fundamental changes that I don't like. The third-person over-the-shoulder camera. The fact that they've tried to shove music. Hey, at least we haven't had any pop songs yet. But the fact that they've tried to shove their own new music everywhere, I didn't think I missed the original soundtrack or lack of a soundtrack, but man, I was wrong about that. So, yeah, I just wanted to take the time to highlight some of the stuff. And I think there's other stuff we can find in this room as well. Like, I think that there's actually a tattoo card somewhere in here. I think there's one more. What do we got here? We have... Happy Christmas 2010, sis. Love, Josh. That's not even an explicit clue, but it does support the thing I was saying about just how closely connected to his sisters Josh was. Now, what's this? Is this a tattoo card? Yes, it is. This is the card for the tattoo place where she got the butterfly tattoo. And then one more thing over here, looks like. Aha! So here's an early tip-off that the person that Dr. Hill, or that, if not that the person Dr. Hill is talking to is Josh, that Josh is at least in some way connected to Dr. Hill, because this is the postcard that was that he used on him in his office. So, pretty neat. There's a lot of clues that you can, again, they don't really try to hide the fact that there's something going on with Josh. I feel like most people, I think everybody who I watched play this game, they all collectively came to the conclusion that Josh was the bad guy, or sorry, that Josh was the psycho. It's not some big genius plot twist. It's all the context surrounding the plot twist that's really clever. But, you know, it's not just an intuition thing as like, he's obviously the killer, which, I mean, that is a part of it. That is just people naturally intuit it because of their sense of storytelling. but there's a lot of actual clues you can find that point to that conclusion well in advance. And it's really nice that Sam is the one who actually gets to find these clues, because she is the one who was most intimately attached to Hannah and Beth and Josh before this all happened.
No way, bro. I mean, we used to do it all the time. Me and... Well...
Hey, Josh, no hot water's kind of major oversight, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta fire up the boiler. It's in the basement. All right, you guys see if you can find the spirit board.
Chris, let's go find it. It'll be like a scavenger hunt.
Okay. Guess so.
Brad, I mean, you're not gonna regret it. You up for a ride along?
I mean, not when you say it like that. Creep. But sure, I guess. Let's go right along. In pursuit of... Oh my god, I didn't want to do that. I actually didn't mean to open that. It was completely accidental button press. Also, my memory might be playing tricks on me, but I was pretty sure there was a walk faster. I'm pretty sure you could hold L1 to move faster. You cannot do that in this game.
Hey, you notice how I gave Chris and Ash a mission together?
Yeah, it's very clever.
Thinking they could use some alone time.
Very subtle of you, Josh.
They are very sweet together. I wish they'd just freaking get on with it already.
I swear, they just need, like, something to bond over, you know, some sort of traumatic event to send them into each other's arms. I mean, at this rate, they'll be in the...
What a peculiar thing for you to say, Josh. Why ever would you make such a claim? That they need a traumatic event to force them to bond? How weird.
You know, Sam.
Yes, Josh.
I just wanted to say...
What?
It really means a lot to me that everyone came back this year, and you know, that you came, Sam.
And this is what I like. Like, if Josh is the one to open up to you about how grateful you are that everyone's here, then I think it's fine to engage on that level of, like, we're here for you, I want to check and make sure you're doing all right. But I would never want to be the one to initiate that, like what they prompted us to do with Chris earlier. And while it seems like you think that he should say this to Chris, because of course they establish Chris and Josh are best friends, they do set up the groundwork that Sam and Josh have bonded really closely since they passed away. So I think it does track that, because of how very, very intimately intertwined she was with their family, that she would be the one he opens up to first about this.
Josh, we're here for you. Really, whatever you need, whenever, we're all gonna make it through this. Together.
I mean, I'll try. I'm pretty sure I remember what you have to do to get everyone to survive until dawn. I might kill Matt, though, just because he's... No, I don't want to kill Matt, because I want to see if they actually add any more scenes with Matt to make him not worthless. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if the only thing they changed, like, if they went out of their way to make the prologue worse, but then didn't actually take any opportunities to improve some elements of the actual story, I'm like, why? I'm gonna be pissed. Because I was opposed to the idea of them rewriting the story in any way, because I think it's so immaculately well written. But, like, if you're gonna do it, then at least target the weaker areas of the story. Don't touch the goddamn prologue with your stupid slow motion shit.
I mean, I wouldn't want you coming down here on your own, you know?
Well, it's definitely creepy down here.
Yep. Not a place to be on your own.
Okay, the baseball bat's right here, I believe. Yeah, this is where we get the thing I mentioned earlier about Josh and his dad.
Be pretty rough playing baseball out in all that snow.
No, it wasn't in the winter, silly. I mean, we'd come up in the summer and we would have the best time. The whole family was there. Mom, Dad, my sisters. It was some serious competition out there on the big lawn. I don't know. Can't go back. New reality. Right, Sam? Anyway, I'm supposed to be 50
I think I might have accidentally picked the wrong option there. Because there's another... One of the two things you can say there, Josh has a line where he's like, my dad and I used to play all the time together before he stopped having time to hang out with me.
What was what? Just giant here.
It looks like I picked the wrong option to get that, but that's part of what makes it so tragic that he goes to all this lengths to put on this big horror. Oh shit,
Nice one.
I forgot there was a don't move section there. That was almost real. Imagine, good thing it wasn't actually a high stakes scenario.
First things first, we gotta increase the water pressure before we get the boiler.
But yeah, he
fire.
puts on this whole big horror show
Sounds kinda
to
complicated.
try to kind of feel more connected to his dad. It's sweet.
Oh, damn.
It's okay. I'm just try again.
I think I was a little too early there. I gotta wait until it turns green. I tried to time it so that I would hit it like right as it fired on, but I was a little too Did that box just... I think the box just jet out of the wall a little bit. I'm pretty sure the box just like moved for... Okay, quick time event. Ready?
Yeah.
If you miss that high five, I'm pretty sure that actually has like consequences. Well, it has consequences if you don't take the bat out of the thing, and if Josh doesn't move it elsewhere, I think, because then the bat gets locked up and then Sam can't use it later. Although I actually don't think we're gonna need to use it, because there's different ways you can go in a later section.
We're really freaked out.
Some ways will allow you the option of using the bat for self-defense. Some ways you don't even need to use the bat at all. Like even if it's locked up, you can still survive. So, but it's nice to have the option there in case something goes wrong.
I was not scared.
No, you just jumped because you wanted to squeeze in some aerobics.
Don't be an a-hole, okay? I totally didn't jump. All I said was, what was that? Which is a totally normal reaction to hearing a super creepy noise in a super creepy basement. Wait, okay, so you hear that too, right? Josh.
What?
There was something weirdly regular.
Nothing regular about it.
I do really like the adaptive triggers on the choices, though. The whole camera movement thing is stupid, but you're only allowed to pull the trigger halfway, and then once you're fully committed to it, then it will release the tension, and you can pull it fully. That's cool.
It's like a pipe that's about to burst or some problem with the furnace.
Unlikely.
If it were me, I wouldn't want this place to burn down on my watch.
Yeah, right.
Spooky, scary skeletons. Josh, please move your ass.
Why are these doors locked?
To keep out strangers.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
What the hell?
Boom. You just got mugged.
What?
Nice one. That was good.
What?
I love that Josh appreciates a good scare, knowing all that he's about to set up. He respects the game. He respects the play. He respects the artistry, if you will.
No, but I wish I was. That was too good.
I'm ready to admit that your dumb little prank may have a slight whiff of humor to it.
Joke master.
Well, I said nothing about jokes. I said your prank, which was dumb.
Holy crap, you were scared, admit it.
I was not.
Come on, you totally pissed yourself.
Josh.
What in God's name are you wearing?
I found my true calling.
Please tell me you're gonna take a vow of silence. Okay, did you at least find the thingy?
Boing. Here's our one-way ticket to the spirit realm.
You know what? No. I've just been through enough spooking for one night, okay? I see a hot bath in my crystal ball. All right? So have fun. Oh, but watch out for that Josh. He's a schemer.
Okay.
Little extra bit of foreshadowing there. Because of course he is a schemer. And Sam has the intuition to know that he's a bit of a schemer.
Matt, you gonna come with me to get my bag?
Yeah, I'm coming.
She just doesn't know how right she is. Alright. I don't trust this game, so I'm going to look around. Aha! I knew it.
Is that a butt?
You're
Who the hell's been smoking a cigar?
not me.
Maybe Ashley's got a weird stogie habit.
Anyway, time to go back to Emily being a bitch and Matt being useless to this entire story. That's my favorite esport. Is Matt just being absent. And it's a shame, because, like, I really love Jordan Fisher. Well, I mean, I love him because of his... Oddly enough, I knew him first and foremost from Until Dawn, but then I went on to know him in a bunch of other things. So, it's because of this game that I know who he is, and I went on to like him as an actor and a musician so much. But man, they just gave him nothing to work with in this game. But I guess we'll talk a little bit more about that as the game goes on.
Why, thank you, sir.
Hey, Em.
Yeah?
I think we should start the weekend over. Right now. Clean slate.
Oh?
No arguing, no Mike, no Jess. Just you and me enjoying ourselves and all this nature.
Oh, you mean au natural?
Damn straight.
I can get with that.
I hate to be that guy, but I think I just saw her character animations freak out again. Just got this, feeling. Oh, sneaky swing. Sneaky swing, do sneaky things. See, that's what we're all about. We're trying to defuse. We tried to defuse things with, I mean, I guess I didn't defuse things here because I could have said criticize her and to ease off of Jess. I could have said that and played it even both sides because I did do that with Mike for Jess. However, consider Emily's a bitch, and oh my god, another fucking Dutch angle. We were doing so well for a while there. And then we had to throw one in right at the last minute. Because I think we're right up on the end. We're coming up right on the end of the chapter here. I believe this is the last section of chapter 2.
Hey, Doofus, come this way.
Trying to get me somewhere private?
Why don't you come find out?
Well, actually, I wanted to go this way to explore and see if there was anything over by that swing I was looking at. And if there were any totems or clues or anything. Ah, which looks like there might be. Oh, what the... Okay. On second thought, yeah, maybe I will come join up with you. Is there no... I'm trying to, like, push all the buttons to find if there's a run button, but it seems like no matter what I push, I can't walk. I was pretty sure in the first game, or in the original game, that you had the option to move faster.
Yeah?
Thanks for helping me find my bag. I know I can be a little high maintenance.
It's no problem, babe. But you gotta remember, there's more to this guy than just being a lean, mean, luggage-lifting machine.
Is there, though?
You gonna back that up?
No, he's not, actually. I have bad news for you. He actually never backs it up at any point in this game.
Wait, what does that mean?
Like, all day long. I was being, like, sexy.
At least the atmosphere, because they really butcher the atmosphere of Chapter 1 when you first arrive at the mountain, but the atmosphere is pretty much intact here. And I don't have any problems with how they've recaptured the aesthetic here for the actual nighttime sequences.
Oh, it's so pretty out here tonight.
Wow. Yeah.
It's so nice to be here with you, Muscle Man.
I'm not all muscle. There are some brains in here, too.
Well, you got enough brains to like me, so let's see that brawn.
You ever done it outside before?
Outside of what?
My car.
I like your car. Roomy.
This ain't roomy enough for you?
By the way, I should mention, I'm pretty sure that you only got this scene in the original.
Does this spot start with a G?
There are lots of places out here.
I already started clearing this off for us. Like a gentleman.
Well, come on, let's look around.
I'm pretty sure that you only get this scene in the original game. Like, so if you guys are confused, like, wait, what's going on here right now? I don't remember seeing this. Is because this.
What's so important?
I'm pretty sure this is only like a scene that you got from pre-ordering it, which is weird to me. Like, it's strange that they wouldn't have included this just by default, but yeah. Because it's like there is. I mean, there's still not much more for Matt, but at least he gets like an extra scene. And he gets to do something during that little conversation with Emily, something beyond just, you know, nothing.
Well, hell, we don't need those.
You don't want me to model them for you?
I'm just gonna rip them off anyways.
Maybe I want to show them off. Puts me in a generous mood.
Let's go get them.
Yeah, really, really liking the atmosphere here. In stark contrast to Chapter 1. I don't have any issues with...
The sexy kisser on this thing. Dare to put your hand in it.
Hey, I wouldn't.
Just slide it up in there.
Fake. 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 Fake.
Him. Oh, right.
F-A-K-E. Fake. 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 Fake.
Mr. Easy.
Oh, come on. What was that?
I'm not sure. Probably just an animal or...
Do not like.
So yeah, maybe this will be a new experience for you. Maybe even if you have played the original game, you might be thinking like, hey, this is brand new. I've never seen this before. And I feel like a lot of people may never have seen this because it is such a unique's not the right word, but it is rare that you'll see people playing it because I don't think a lot of people pre-ordered it. I didn't know this scene existed for a long time.
Oh my, very impressive.
But I do like that they've added this. I guess that's another point of praise, that they've added this little scene between Matt and Emily, because it both makes Emily seem more sympathetic, and it gives inklings that there might be more going on for Matt. Like it tries to add more layers to both characters. Because the thing is, Emily gets shit on a lot because she sucks and she's the worst, but she is like really intelligent. She gets a lot of time later in the game to shine on her own and demonstrate how capable and resourceful she is on her own.
Hey.
So it's nice, but a lot of people overlook that because they just focus on the bitchy parts of her.
That was not.
So this scene kind of helps to bridge the gap between those two things to help people connect with her a little bit better.
It's gotta be Chris. Or Josh. They're just trying to mess with us.
Kind of uncool, guys. I don't like this.
Me neither.
Dad!
What the hell's going on? What the hell did this?
Jangles
I'm
galore.
not giving a shit about my panties anymore. Kind of just want to split.
Agreed.
And then the spider is gonna be. Oh no, Gore. I thought it was. Or maybe there's a spider on the other side. Because Gore and spiders were the two big things that we said where we were freaked out by. And oh yeah, maybe that might have been your first time watching that scene. In which case, hopefully you enjoyed it. Underrated part of the game.
I would like to understand your feeling toward people who fear failure and worry about what others think of them. Do you share this fear?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Is that so? Because that's not reflected in the way you are playing your game.
He says that literally every time. Don't let him scare you. He has no read on whether you're actually being honest or not. He's actually quite crap at that aspect of his job.
And now, let us investigate your feelings toward other people in greater depth. What you value, what you respect in yourself and others. Which would you say was most important in a person, loyalty or honesty?
Ooh, so this is a question that I debate a lot, because like because it's not that they're not mutually exclusive things, but sometimes they are is the thing. Like sometimes there will be situations where in you are demonstrating, like if there's a secret that you think would, like if you learn something really bad that you think would hurt someone's feelings if they knew, but them not knowing, like it can't hurt them if they don't know, because it won't directly impact their lives in any way. Like I guess maybe a clean example I can think of is just like when you're in school and your friends and one of your friends overhears some people talking shit about you, and that's as deep as it goes. It's just standard shit talk. Then the honest, and then they ask like, hey, has anyone been saying shit? The honest thing to do would be to say, yeah, I heard everyone saying how much they hate you, but that doesn't really benefit anyone. So I guess the loyal thing to do would just, lie and just to keep their spirits high. But then the other side of that coin would be a situation where someone told you something in confidence and they were like, hey, this really bad thing is happening right now, but I'm telling you because I trust you, I confide in you, I believe in you. You were friends, right? You wouldn't turn me in or anything. But they're talking about something really bad that would have direct negative implications or consequences on this person's friend. The loyal thing to do is also the honest thing to do, in that, like, there's no reason to keep that information to yourself. In fact, I would hate it if that happened. So it's kind of a tricky thing as to, like, whether you value, whether I don't know what I value, like, because generally speaking, honesty is the best policy, but I do think there are times where white lies are important. I think I would go... I think I lean more towards loyalty overall. The way I would rationalize that in my head is that if you value loyalty above all else, you are always making the choice that is most beneficial for whoever you are loyal to. Whereas if you value honesty above all else, you aren't basing your principles around what's best for someone else. You're basing it off of, no matter what, you will always tell the truth. And I think I value loyalty.
So you would tell a lie in order to be loyal to a friend, okay?
Yes.
And what about loyalty versus charity?
In fact, I have done that. before. Loyalty or charity, that's much easier.
So you would sooner look after your friends before caring for those in greater need?
I mean, doesn't sound too great when you put it like that, but I feel like that's most of us.
We'll talk again soon.
I mean, I guess it depends on context, right? Like, I don't know. It's a thing where it's like, if I hazard a guess that, like, if you were put in a situation where you were forced to save just the people close to you, your friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your family, versus saving a school bus full of, versus saving a bus full of, an entire bus full of complete strangers, I feel like most people, even if the amount of people that are on the bus outweighs the amount of people that you're personally connected to, I feel like most people just intuitively will go out of their way to help those that they already care about and they already know. And maybe that's not strictly a morally virtuous thing to do because you are sacrificing a greater number of human lives. But I don't know, man. We're human. We form relationships with people and we care about them deeply and we don't want bad things to happen to them. I think that's just innate to being human, that everyone has their idea of an us, of who we are. And then in order for there to be an us, there also has to be a them. And I feel like we all innately will value us, value those we value those who are closest to us more so than we will value the other side of that, of the people, just everyday people that we bump into in the way. I don't know. This got way more existential than I was planning on. Anyway, closing thoughts after chapter 2. It's better. Chapter 2 was better than chapter 1. Really, I really don't think that you can get worse than that awful fucking prologue. I'm still not happy about how, because that sets the tone for the game, and that did a really piss poor job of setting the tone for the game. And it doesn't help that, like, not even that, but just honestly, I think we could apply a large patch to this if we nuked the soundtrack. I honestly would prefer no soundtrack to what we have right now, especially no pop songs. And if we replaced the theme song with "Oh Death," that would do a lot to fix this. Other than that, again, it's a lot of just inherent system changes they've made to the camera and to the animations and to the general feel of it all. I like that they added back that scene that was originally, I believe, only a pre-order bonus for some reason. I like that that's a part of the main story now. They've done a good job keeping up the atmosphere of the main mountain area. Yeah, today wasn't as frustrating as yesterday was, so they got that going for them at least. Anyway, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more of the Until Dawn remake. Goodbye.